Hi there, golfers of the world. This is Craig at Swingform Golf. Did you ever wonder why it was that even though you take lessons and you do club fitting and you do all these different other things and you practice, you seem to come back to where you are? You don't seem to get better. You'll get better for a bit, then it'll come back and you'll try something else and something else will improve for a bit, but it always seems to come back to the same place. And that creates a lot of frustration. Now, the reason for this is something called the golf swing blueprint, your golf swing blueprint. And it's a whole collection of ideas, movements, concepts, belief you have about your golf swing and your golf game in general that keeps you where you are. It's almost like a skill level set point, or whatever you want to call it. So, for example, the pro players or single handicap figures, their mental blueprint of their game is very different to what yours is. And this is why, even though they have some days where they struggle, they're able to come back to that consistent level. Now, this golf swing blueprint comes about after years and years of doing things and changing techniques and changing your grip and changing your swing mechanics and then going to another coach and changing something different and getting new clubs and all the stuff you have to remember. But it also comes down to your own belief about your game. So, for example, how many of you have the idea that there's certain clubs in your bag that you just can't hit no matter what? So you believe that I can't hit my driver, or I can't hit my driver off the deck, or I can't hit a 3-wood, or I can't hit a 4-iron, or I can't hit a 1-iron. Well, no one can hit a 1-iron, we know that. But it's that idea. And even though it's actually happening at a subconscious level, you're not even aware of it. But if you listen to yourself talking conversations about your clubs and about maybe your driver or your wedges or your mid irons or your long irons or your hybrids or whatever they are, you'll find yourself saying things like, I really can't hit this club, or I don't swing this club well, or there are always ideas and concepts about clubs or positions or lies or whatever they are that are in your brain and are in your thought process while you're on the course. This is called the golf swing blueprint. And the simple way to find out what yours is just look at your game. Look at the areas that you struggle. So, for example, if you've got to play a bunker shot, or you've got to play an approach or a chip, or you've got to putt from a certain distance, if your first thought about that is, I can't do this, or I struggle with this, guess what happens? You do. It's all about what you believe. And unfortunately, what you believe and your subconscious codes and processes heavily influence the outcome of those shots. So the trick is to become aware of those first and then go about working them. And one of the key elements to a successful, positive mental golf game is having accurate and consistent swing mechanics. And this is the difference between the everyday golfer and the single handicap golfer or the golf pro. See, the difference is if you're honest with yourself, you'll know, even when you're at the range, when you're standing over a shot and you're about to swing, no matter what club it is, your mindset is probably 90% certain this isn't going to go where I'm aiming it. It's not going to have the shape or the flight or the distance. And on the odd occasion, when you do get them right, well, you can't replicate that. And on most occasions, when you get it wrong, it's just more frustration. You'll pull out another ball, you'll tee it up, and you'll try and hit it again. Maybe you'll get it right, maybe you won't. This is all due to an inherent belief that you have about your swing and your swing mechanics. And that's what it comes down to. Golf is a game of one thing and one thing only, and that is precise and consistent swing mechanics. And you know, as a golfer, that either your mechanics are 100%, and this is going to go where you aim it, or you know it's not. And for most of us who play the weekend game, we know it's not. And that results in us being on the course, low swing confidence, poor swing technique, a lot of hesitation, very little fluidity, an inability to be consistent and be accurate. And this all comes down to the golf swing blueprint, the ideas and beliefs you have about your own game and your own swing. And those are born from the history and the current state of your swing mechanics. So the simple way to improve it, don't change your clubs, don't change your ball, don't change your grip, don't change your glove, don't change your shoes, fix your swing mechanics. When you have accurate swing mechanics, all that stuff will go away, because in the process of developing that swing mechanic process that gets you in the right position, execute the swing correctly, pure striking, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 shots, that builds confidence. And that changes the golf swing blueprint, because when you're on the course and you have that confidence in your swing mechanics, you know it's 90% going to go where you're aiming it. And if it's off, then it's slightly off. It's not way off. Yeah. So the way to do that, and I'm happy to advise you that it's now available, is called Swingform. Swingform is the simplest, easiest, most accurate, most consistent, robust, and durable swing mechanics method ever created. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a hell of a claim, but it is. It's non traditional, meaning it doesn't follow the current swing paradigm or the current methodology. It's exceedingly simple. It doesn't have a million different elements that you need to think about or have in place before you start swinging. Swing form is probably the only swing mechanics method where you get 100% money back guarantee. And I use it. I hit it straight. I'm 54 years old. I'm still swinging my drive at 118 miles an hour, and I'm still hitting it probably 280, 290. That's meters off the tee. My pitching wedge is 140 meters or 154 yards. 7.9 is about 187 yards. And that's me using a very simple, super energy efficient swing mechanics method. So I'm going to invite you to come and check out swingformgolf.com. There's no risk. All you need is the time, and you can do this in less than 24 days. Now, most of you, to achieve single handicap accuracy, it's going to take you at least a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And some of you will never achieve it. And this is because the swing mechanics method you are trying to use at the moment, it's just too complicated. There are too many things that can go wrong. You know this, I know this, and this is the reason. So when you're thinking about your golf game right now, think about all the negative beliefs that you have in your game, all the negative beliefs that you have about different clubs that you can't swing. It's got nothing to do with the club. It has to do with the fact that at your very core, you know that your swing mechanics are not good enough, and that's why you struggle. So no more struggle, no more wooden spoons. Come and check out swingformgolf.com. No risk, money back guarantee. Believe me, 24 days, transform your game.